The Florida Derby opens up week 23 of Super League action as high-flying Fort Lauderdale United host the Tampa Bay Sun. Fort Lauderdale's Addie McCain continues to make a name for herself in the Super League, leading the Golden Boot race. Tampa Bay's Carly Jamona has scored 2 of her 6 goals this season against Fort Lauderdale United. Who will claim the Sunshine State bragging rights? Find out. It's on Peacock next. It's a beautiful night for the beautiful game from the Sunshine State. Week 23 of the USL Super League action opens with a highly anticipated 3rd edition of the Florida Derby between Fort Lauderdale United and local rivals, the Tampa Bay Sun. This match is presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. From beyond Bank Field, I'm Jessica Charman alongside Manchester United's former goalkeeper Gary Bailey. And Gary, these games have always been full of drama, but there's yet to be a winner of the Florida Derby.
Yeah, in the first one, it was a late equalizer from Fort Lauderdale, from Henderson, that got them that 1 point after Jamona had given them a lead. And then Hamid and Gordon scoring to give Fort Lauderdale a 2-0 lead. Nice little tuck here into the corner. But would you believe it? 2 penalties for Tampa Bay Sun got them back level. This is the 2nd penalty. Little trip from behind there, and up steps Cecilia Flo Nielsen to get another draw.
Dare I say it, a bit of a rivalry brewing, but right now Fort Lauderdale United, as we take a look at the standings brought to you by Delta Airlines, they have the bragging rights, sitting pretty in 2nd in the table.
Very good recent forms, 5 wins and 1 draw. I mean, you dream of runs like that, and Tyrone Mears must be extremely happy. For Tampa Bay Sun, 3 draws on the trot, maybe some points left behind. They'll be looking to get 3 points today and jump up that table.
You talk about that momentum that Fort Lauderdale United have. Unbeaten in their last 6. Everything seems to be clicking right now for Tyrone Mears' side.
Yes, very much so, for Addie McCain slipping that one in, and Jasmine Hamid as well, back-to-back player of the season. And unfortunately, Locklear not available, excuse absence today. Pity she's not playing. But look at some of these goals coming from Jasmine Hamid. Absolutely brilliant.
And let's talk about the star of the show, Jasmine Hamid. She scored a goal in her 3 straight appearances. She's cooking up fire right now.
She certainly is, and 2 of those goals are absolute golazos from out wide on that left-hand side, cutting in and then sticking it away with her right foot. Absolutely brilliant. As you mentioned, back-to-back player of the month, the first time in USL Super League history.
On the flip side, Tampa Bay Sun have hit perhaps a little bit of a rough patch in form, and they've been struggling on the road a tad bit.
They have winless in 5 on the road, conceded 7, only scored 3. You want to pick up a little bit more. This run of draws and a poor away form is just not helping Tampa Bay Sun. Of course, they'll be hoping to turn that around here tonight.
And a huge part of that turnaround, Gary Bailey, is going to be that triple threat forward line that the Sun boast. Carly Jamona, Tash Flint, Cecilia Flo. What an intimidating front line for any defensive unit.
Yeah, look at the number of goals, 15 goals between them. Add up the shots. What is that? 74 shots. So for Cosette Morche, just be prepared for potentially a busy night in goal.
Well, things are heating up in the Sunshine State, and not just on the thermometer. Round 3 of the Florida Derby is here. Fort Lauderdale United taking on Tampa Bay Sun, and it's kicking off here on Peacock in just a matter of minutes. Stick with us.
Hi, I'm Sloan Smith. We love our Florida sunshine, but a hot house? Definitely not. At All Year, we offer same-day AC service and installation. Need to stay cool? Yes, all year. Need help today? Yes, all year. 0 down financing? Yes, all year. We're South Florida's #1 for comfort because our family is serving your family all year. Call us today at 833-ALL-YEAR. That's 833-ALL-YEAR.
Corbin defending. Ramirez is in behind the keeper and scores!
Marley Canales with the shot! Cross, sprinter team tapped home!
Bedoya launches and tucks it into the top right-hand corner. Whoa! Save man by Opaisi.
I said, I'd rather be famous instead.
It's International Women's Day, and what better way to celebrate than with USL Super League and round 3 of the Florida Derby by Fort Lauderdale United and Tampa Bay Sun at Beyond Bankcard Field. Tonight's player walkout is presented by Amaranth Bank. Tonight's coin toss is presented by Beyond Bankcard. The referee in charge is Adere Monroy. It's time to take a peek at the starting lineups, and they're brought to you by LaCroix Sparkling Water. First for Fort Lauderdale United, Tyrone Mears has gone with this starting 11.
2 changes to the Fort Lauderdale side that played their last match. Adrian Jordan comes in for Julio Grosso, who's injured, and Jorian Buckham for Kiara Locklear, who's on excused absence. Pity not to see her, but a chance for Buckham to show what she can do.
Denise Schulte-Brown has made 2 changes as well in her Tampa Bay Sun lineup. Here's how they shape up.
Jordan Zaid gets a start, Victoria Haugen going to the bench, and Cecilia Flo is back from international duty. She starts, Parker Goins therefore drops to the bench. So 2 changes for both coaches.
Well, it's Jessica Charman, Gary Bailey, and our entire crew delighted to join you in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for round 3 of the Florida Derby. A deadlock so far, 2 draws in the first 2 meetings in the inaugural USL Super League season between these sides. And Gary, you've played in a few derbies yourself as a former Manchester United goalkeeper. It feels a little different, doesn't it?
It certainly does. It's exciting. Both coaches talking it up, and especially Denise Schulte-Brown saying that the sort of social media chat between the coaching staff of both sides has been cordial, fun. They're looking forward to it. And as we mentioned in the opening, 2 draws in the first 2 matches. Both these teams want to be the first to sort of draw up that 3-point win and win this derby match. So big game for both sides.
So we get a look at Jorian Buckham, the former DC Power player, making her first start in Fort Lauderdale United blue. Referee in the middle today will be Adere Monroy. We'll see if this promises the heat and physicality that one might expect in a derby. Tampa Bay Sun will have the kickoff in the all-yellow. And we're underway, 3rd time's a charm in the Florida Derby. Let's see if the deadlock can be broken. Happy International Women's Day to all those celebrating as well. What a great spectacle it is to have another league of professional women's soccer in the United States. Buckham getting involved in a physical challenge, but it is Tampa Bay able to recover the ball. A long direct ball forwards. Ping-ponging around. Will eventually be recovered by Fort Lauderdale United. Moshe with her first touches in goal. And eventually settling down. And Gary, there will be nerves in these moments for both sides as they really want to make an impact in front of what is a good traveling and home crowd for both teams.
Oh, absolutely. You want to do well in front of your home crowd. But for Fort Lauderdale United, there's a confidence in the team. 5 wins and a draw. Brilliant form from Tyrone Mears' side. And for Denise Schulte-Brown there, a little bit more frustration with the 3 draws. They're just sitting outside their playoff line. They need this desperately, Tampa Bay Sun, probably more than Fort Lauderdale United do, although I don't think Tyrone Mears and company are going to help them in any way. But certainly 3 points today, massive for that team there in yellow.
Offside flag was raised against Page there, as Tampa Bay Sun look to get their first promising attack on board. Let's look at Jade Moore, who scored a banger of an equalizer in the 1-1 draw against league leaders Brooklyn FC. Moshe just waiting to launch this one forwards. Moshe sends it high, and it's straight out of play as we take a peek at tonight's keys of the game. They're presented it by Amaranth Bank. And Gary Bailey, you've got some thoughts on this matchup.
Yeah, for Fort Lauderdale United, limit careless mistakes. When these 2 teams last met, they were 2-0 up, gave away 2 unnecessary penalties. really didn't have to do that, and they'll want to avoid that situation this time around for Tampa Bay. Then for them, just managing Jasmine Hamid, who's just been in unbelievable form. 3 goals in 3 games, 2 golazos, 2 back-to-back Player of the Month awards. So if there's one player you want to keep an eye on, it would be Jasmine Hamid, although I probably would think that Addie McCain is another one they probably want to stop, because she's obviously leading the Golden Boot race at the moment.
It's Paige having to toe poke that one away ahead of Shania Gordon. And Rajay, too heavy on that touch. We had the opportunity, Gary, to talk to Tyrone Mears, and he backed up what you said about those disappointing errors on conceding 2 penalties, said costly mistakes, and wants to just make sure this side can be defensively cleaner in games.
And they were 2 bad penalties. You know, sometimes you can give away a penalty and it's a tough call. You just missed the ball. But these were penalties, bad tackles, unnecessary tackles, and he'll want to make sure this doesn't happen again, because they were in such a great position, 2-0 up and leading the game with Fort Lauderdale United.
Fort Lauderdale continue to recover possession as Tampa Bay Suns struggling with their own touches. Here's Jordan. Tried to square the pass, easily picked up though. But the high pressure from Bochum is successful. Here is Jasmine Hamid, back to Bochum. And Jorian Bochum's had a really interesting start to life in the Super League, of course. Started with DC Power on the field, scored their first ever goal in history, now finds her way into the Fort Lauderdale United lineup for the first time. It's a real opportunity for Bochum today.
It is, because it will be difficult to get into that lineup, given how well Lockley has been playing in the last sort of few games. She's had 3 substitute appearances since she joined a few months back, so she's got time to settle into the team. Now's her first start, and if she makes an impact, then you've got 4 fantastic strikers for 3 places. That's the sort of competition that Tyrone Mears would be very happy with.
Some really good physicality there by Bochum, with her back to goal, able to earn that free kick. As we take a peek at Tyrone Mears, a storied playing career across MLS in England, and now an opportunity to coach as well. The slide tackle goes in. Great work by Hamid. And the free kick is pulled back. Hamid earns a set piece. This one could be a golden opportunity for Fort Lauderdale United from the dead ball.
Just keen to see where they played Jasmine Hamid, because she's played on the left the last couple of games. In the sheet they gave us, they're putting her in the center and Jorian Bochum out wide on the left, and we'll see if that pans out, because I still think Jasmine Hamid is a real terror down that left-hand side.
Be Daria Rajay to serve this one in. UCF Knight and former AAC Midfielder of the Year. Rajay assessing, swings this one into an area, a 2-handed punch away by Orcus. Only as far as Lindell, who put it back into an area. Bochum, and the offside flag is raised, negating any trouble for Tampa Bay.
Ashley Orcus doing well there. That was a difficult ball to come punch, because it's dropping low. So she's got to get sort of down and in amongst all the attackers and get rid of it. Bochum, they're just giving away the foul and saying to the referee, come on, that was shoulder to shoulder. The referee, Adere Monroy, disagreeing and giving the free kick.
Ashley Orcus, the former 3-time SEC Goalkeeper of the Year at Ole Miss, came in with great pedigree. This ball is sent forward. Cello on the left side as Flo, returning from international duty. A big tackle goes in on Cecilia Flo there. Bissett. Listro under pressure, great pressure by McCain. Risky business, trying to shield this one away from McCain, but it is eventually dealt with by the visitors.
Just looking at the surface of the pitch, it looks like a nice grass pitch to play on, and Denise Schulte-Brown saying they play on turf, so they actually love playing on grass pitches. It's a nice change for them, although I think with their first match, when they drew 1-1, it was pelting with rain. So she said it was a bit of a difficult circumstances tonight. A perfect night for soccer.
Smith gets it across to Gordon, who hangs this one up. Hamid! She just can't stay off the score sheet. Jasmine Hamid does it yet again. That's 4 in 4 and goal number 7 for the 2-time USL Super League Player of the Month.
It's a really good finish, but give credit out wide here. It's a lovely ball coming in from Shania Gordon, and what she does so well there, Jasmine Hamid, she loses her marker. So when the ball comes, she's got time just to steady herself. There's that cross, comes in with power and speed. And having left her marker behind there, Jordan Zaid was the marker. She was able just to settle herself, make good contact, and no chance whatsoever for Ashley Orcus. But really good start to this match for the home side. 1-0 up.
The statement continues to be made by Jasmine Hamid. Incredible form. Tyrone Mears told us she's a player that is willing to work, watches film, battles hard, and says the ceiling can continue to grow, and we're seeing it right in front of us, Gary.
He said he would like to get 90 minutes of this form out of her, but I think it's quite a hard taskmaster given how much he is getting from her.
Here's Zaid trying to make up for leaving the runner. Does dink that one in at the front post. A bit of a collision. Appealing for a corner, Tampa Bay Sun. Cecilia Flo thought maybe she had a ask, but the referee looks away.
Tough situation there for Jordan Zaid, just 22 years of age. She'll look back at that goal and feel maybe she should have been a bit tighter on Jasmine Hamid. She'll want to, as you say, put things right by getting down that right-hand side, getting some good crosses in and trying to get her team back on level terms.
And you have to think, Gary, if there was one player that head coach Denise Schulte-Brown would have circled in the locker room to not allow an opportunity, it would be Jasmine Hamid. And she's done it within the first 7 minutes of the game.
And that's pace. Sometimes players, when they're that quick, you just can't stay with them, especially if they read the game. But again, what a cross from Shania Gordon. It's not just that it's accurate, it's got pace, and it doesn't give defenders time to sort of pick their man marker, so to speak. So they got caught out because of the pace of the ball.
It was a foul out of frustration by Cecilia Flo. Laurel Ansbro, the player clipped. 5'11" defender that entered into an NCAA championship game with Wake Forest to finish up her collegiate career. Was also the Elite 90 winner, so brains as well as technical ability on the field. Moshe launches this one forward. Hamid the target. An awkward bounce sees Hamid running through on Bissett. Hamid feints the cross. Smith to Hamid, and just a little ahead of Jasmine Hamid from the 17-year-old Taylor Smith. As Gordon a little overzealous in that challenge behind. It was Addie McCain called in the recovery foul.
Very lucky not to get a yellow card there, Addie McCain. I thought there was enough. She had a little bite and didn't get it, and then brought the player down. I think the referee, Adore Monroy, just giving her the benefit of the doubt, and as long as she does, oh no, she hasn't. Looked like she is going to book it, which doesn't surprise me because I felt she had 2 little attempts at the ball there. So there she goes, yellow card.
And Addie McCain, of course, an attacking player, but still needs to be wary of being in the referee's book.
It's the same story we say every time. When you get booked this early in a match, you know you're to tiptoe for the next 80-odd minutes. Can't afford another yellow, obviously.
All headed on into an area, allowed to bounce a couple of times. So it's knocked back into Zaid. Zaid, low-driven cross. Flint puts it back in. Still alive for Tampa Bay Sun inside the penalty box. Eventually blocked off the dangling boot of Lindell. first corner kick for Tampa Bay.
Nice little opportunity, wasn't it? Tash Flint just getting that ball whipped across goalmouth and no one able to get on the end of it, but good effort there by Tampa Bay Sun.
And this corner kick is presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. Swung in towards the back post, over the top of everybody, and out for a very deep defensive Fort Lauderdale United throw.
Just slightly overhit there by Bissett. To me, you've got to aim more or less in the middle. If you underhit it, it's a near post corner. If you overhit it, it's far post. But that one over everybody, a bit of a wasted opportunity.
Tampa Bay Sun are pressing fairly high on this throw, looking to turn it over as McCain loops it over. It does arrive at the boots of Listro, eventually volleyed away by Vaca. Narcello. Back to Listro. And this is what Tampa Bay Sun need, Gary, a little bit of possession.
Good possession, and they've created one chance. Unfortunately, it bounces over Jordan Zaid. Problem is, you're 1-0 down away from home against a Fort Lauderdale United team that is in great form. Difficult situation.
We'll take a look at the injury report, and tonight's injury report is presented by Baptist Health. A shot from distance is saved nicely. Well done by Morshey. It was Tash Flint with the strike. As we return in to our injury report presented by Baptist Health for Fort Lauderdale United. Grosso out, and the list for Tampa Bay a little bit more extensive there. Plenty of bodies missing for head coach Denise Schulte-Brown.
Nice little effort there from Tash Flint, excuse the voice, and Morshey coming up with a fairly decent save.
Set Morshey in her 11th game in the Super League. 3 clean sheets for Fort Lauderdale United, but Tyrone Mears has high standards and told us he still wants more clean sheets.
Again, he's a hard taskmaster, isn't he? I mean, they've had clean sheets. They've got a very good defensive record. I think it's second best. Mind you, that was a bad tackle.
A physical challenge came in originally by Jasmine Hamid that's left Jordan Listro down on the ground. Didn't lead to Adere Monroy blowing the whistle as we get a look at the replay.
Maybe the referee didn't see it from her angle, but definitely a contact on Listro. Hope she's going to be okay. But there's Tash Flint on the right-hand side, and that was a decent shot and a fair save from Morshey as well. So shows that Tampa Bay Sun are very much in this side. It's just something about Fort Lauderdale in recent games. They've taken their chances, they've grabbed the 3 points, and that's what will worry Denise Schulte-Brown, being behind, away from home against this rampant defense, who now have the 1 and 2 in the Golden Boot. Addie McCain with 9, and Jasmine Hamid with 7.
Looks like Jordan Listro will be okay to continue, the former Canadian national team player. 29 years old with a world of experience in NWSL. Started all 16 games before this one in the Super League. We'll restart as a Fort Lauderdale free kick. Just played quickly to Jordan. Jordan trying to put it into a channel for McCain, overhit, out for the goal kick. One thing that may reassure Denise Schulte-Brown is the fact that things have been left late in the Florida Derby. Stoppage time, equalizers in both games.
Absolutely.
Fireworks are always saved for the end in this one.
In the first one, it was Fort Lauderdale coming back in the dying moments to get a 1-1 draw. And that was Tampa Bay. And then penalty, I think it was the 95th minute that Cecilia Flo scored that one to level it up at 2-2. So Tyrone Mears, don't assume 1-0 is going to be enough, given the previous 2 matches.
He was very open with us on our coach's call, saying he needed to make sure his side put games to bed. 1-0 is not enough in Tyrone Mears' mind to keep Tampa Bay Sun out of this match.
And I guess that's what any coach is going to say. You know, they want more clean sheets, more goals. You want to put games to bed, all these good things. But given they're in second position and they've had 5 wins and a draw, I think he should be reasonably happy with the way things are going at Fort Lauderdale United.
Jordan Zaid and Jasmine Hamid caught in a tangle. Referee blew the whistle in favor of Tampa Bay's Sun. But for Jordan Zaid, it's going to be a difficult night at the office in her first professional season, being tasked with dealing with Jasmine Hamid.
Yep, that is a tricky one. I think there's a youngster. It's clever of Fort Lauderdale to put Hamid on Jordan Zaid on that left-hand side. Maybe she was going to be there anyway, but obviously you do target a youngster, target someone who's inexperienced, and it's already produced fruit in terms of that goal, in terms of her losing Jordan Zaid to head that one in. Just sure that Fort Lauderdale United fans watching are just hoping she's going to be okay.
Let's have a look at where this contact took place, and the concern is it looked a little innocuous as she turned there.
I don't want to be losing her having Locklear unavailable through excused absence, and she has been in fabulous form, by the way, absolutely brilliant. I think she's been involved in 4 of the last 4 goals. She's either scored them or assisted, something along those lines. Fantastic stats. That's Tampa Bay Sun will be happy Locklear is not available, but they've still got to keep their eyes on Addie McCain, Jasmine Hamid, and even Shania Gordon. Again, the assist for that goal, top class.
Just saw Denise Schulte-Brown getting some time talking with her players there, particularly Tash Flint. Flint bringing a lot of leadership experience, having played most recently with Celtic FC, but boasting clubs like Manchester City on her resume. Zaid opening up and driving forwards. Zaid looking to weight it down the channel. Really nicely timed slide tackle out the back by Adrian Jordan. Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit usl.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Another foul called, and a referee for the evening, Adelaide Monroy, is going to have her hands full. The physicality is living up to a derby.
It is. You wouldn't expect anything less, and the fact there's already been a goal in this match is sort of forcing Tampa Bay Sun to have to get a bit more involved. They're going to force the game a little bit. They're the ones behind. It's a little bit easier for Fort Lauderdale United. Just knock the ball around. Say, we're 1 up. You come and get the ball from us.
If you're joining us late, it was an 8-minute Jasmine Hamid goal. Looking to respond, though, is Cecilia Flo. Cecilia Flo's strike is blocked away. Huge block out the back by Ansbro. McCain. McCain able to release that one away, and here comes Jasmine Hamid. Hamid. Across to Smith. And Smith waiting that pass over to Shania Gordon. Gordon doesn't quite have the legs to get there, but it goes out for a deep defensive throw for the Sun. Approach the halfway mark through the first half. Lauderdale United will obviously be the happier side, but since that goal, the biggest chance has fallen to Tampa Bay. It's a strike from Tash Flint, well saved by Cosette Morchet. Looping throw-in. As Flo heads it back and is able to earn the free kick. A pretty obvious shove in the back. turning, releasing. As Flint dinks it forwards. Here's Zaid. Zaid assessing. Zaid floating in the ball. Cleared away. But only as far as the head of Listro. Zaid. Second bite at the apple is blocked by Jasmine Hamid, who seems no worse for wear after that earlier knock. Tyrone Mears will be relieved. Kylie Jamona tried to whirl that one over the defender, wasn't able to do so, and it's been quiet for Jamona as of now, but she has scored 2 goals this season against Fort Lauderdale United, 1 apiece in each of the previous derby games.
And she's sitting now 3rd in the Golden Boot. She was 2nd level with Jasmine Hamid. Obviously that early goal means that Jamona now drops to 3rd, so a little bit of incentive for her to try and find herself on the score sheet. But they're still in this match, obviously, Tampa Bay Sun, long way to go. And when we chatted to Denise Schulte-Brown, she said, you know, the first derby match, 4 or 5 of the team had a chest cold. She said they really struggled there to have a fit team. She said the second game, Flo was away, and she said Andy and Jade had limited minutes. So again, she didn't feel she had a full-strength team. Now, on a perfect day, no rain, no players missing, no chest colds. Now it's up to them to really see if they can beat Fort Lauderdale.
Hamid cuts it to the front post, an attempted back heel. Ping-ponging around, Tampa Bay will get a header away. Only as far as Jordan. Jordan in a foot race with Listro. She tries to round her, toe pokes it to Hamid, and Listro penalised for the foul.
There's a little chance a couple of seconds ago. Lovely ball played through. Hamid with that pace again. Just plays it into a danger area. Beautiful little flick back, and then I think they were a little bit worried, Tampa Bay, to try and stick a boot in, so they all waited, and it was Shania Gordon who had a chance at goal there.
Jasmine Hamid entering into that penalty box as the service will come in from Daria Rajay. Rajay tasked with nearly all set pieces for this Fort Lauderdale United side. Rajay pins this one in towards the back post area, over everybody and out for a goal kick.
Well, not the best of set pieces there. Once again, you've got to just get it somewhere in the middle. That's one well over hit. It's a wasted opportunity. Also, it had a lot of height on it and time. You want to whip them in with pace. It makes it difficult for defenders. Easy to say, of course, it's a skill. You don't get every free kick or every corner right, as we saw earlier. Tampa Bay Sun had a corner that went right over everyone's head as well. That's what you're aiming for. A nice, quick free kick right into the middle of all the players.
It's patient play from Fort Lauderdale as a little give and go between Rajay and Jordan. Hamid. Back to Rajay. Lindell. Bochum draws the foul.
Draws it very well. There wasn't much contact, but a nice roll.
I wasn't sure I should use the word sells, but I think she sold that quite well.
It did. That's part of the game. And Adelaide Monroy agrees it was enough to get the free kick.
Jade Moore not too happy about being called for that foul. The 34-year-old has seen it all during her career, I'm sure. Jade Moore, of course, English national team player, 49 caps during her international career.
And a former Man United player. Just
Reading
saying.
FC player as well, just saying. Rajay. This one's a little lower of a ball. McCain tried to flick it on. Easy pickings in goal for Ashley Orcus. Orcus's distribution, fortunately unable to be controlled by Nasello. Fort Lauderdale United will regain possession from the throw.
I haven't seen much of Sydney Nasello. I think she's such a clever player. especially in tight situations, got a burst of pace, can dribble. There we go.
Driving forwards now. Our Tampa Bay Sun looking for the overlapping pass. Inside ball to Nacello, who's able to switch the field. Zaid. Jordan Zaid trying to round the defense of Jordan. Jordan does really well there to defy the angle for Jordan Zaid to deliver.
It's a higher level for Jordan Zaid now, and it's much more difficult when you step up, and that was shown there by Adrian Jordan. Just getting her body in the way and just seeing it over the line. You've got to do a little bit of a trick. Pace isn't enough, just to knock it and run. Something that Jordan Zaid will learn as she goes along. You've got to drop a shoulder, try and just buy yourself an extra little half a yard.
Zaid with over 5,000 collegiate minutes with Nebraska, but as you mentioned, Gary, doesn't necessarily ease the transition into the professional game. It's Bockham again. Fouled. Tyrone Mears asking the referee, Adere Monroy, that perhaps this one deserved a yellow card.
Well, Brooke Hendricks just coming in a little bit too strong there. Probably has a last warning. She'll have to be careful from now onwards.
Hansbrough. It into Bockham. Morshea will one-time this one forwards. More direct. Flicked on by Jordan. Tampa Bay Sun looking to try and string a few passes together and building confidence. They're unable to do so. Rajay. McCain dispossessed by Bissett. Here comes Listro. And that defensive work from Jasmine Hamid. She's a forward that's not afraid of going in for a tackle either.
Did well there to get the ball and just gone and given it away after all that hard work by Jasmine Hamid. Jordan Listro having a word with the fourth official, not happy that she didn't get the throw in the first place.
A couple of scrappy moments by both sides there as possession turned over a couple of times apiece. We'll eventually restart now with a Adrian Jordan throw. Rajay to Varka. Lindell. Varka. Jordan trying to direct some traffic, ends up recycling it back to Ansbro. Morshea launches it. Bockham. Fort Lauderdale earn a throw in. Appeals for a handball, are waved away. Tampa Bay Sun looking to capitalize on the fact Fort Lauderdale stood frozen. Good touch by Tash Flint. Flint switches the field, well done there. Nacello spinning in the 18. Nacello still toying with the back line. Nice little cut back by Jamona, as Jamona trying to find a way through this Fort Lauderdale back line. It's chipped in and a cheeky little finish. Cecilia Flo back from international duty and back on the score sheet with an intricate flick over the on-rushing Morshea. Tampa Bay Sun draw level.
They've worked hard to get an equalizer at Tampa Bay, and they deserve this, I think. They've been creating a few opportunities. Jamona just trying to find a way through, not able to, just knocks it back. When the ball comes in, it was almost like they were looking for an offside. They were looking at each other, even Morshea coming off the line. Looked a little bit slow, like she was thinking, well, where's the defenders? She eventually comes, and good finish though by Cecilia Flo, just to get it over the goalkeeper. And obviously there's no VAR, so there's no going back and having a look. And the defenders themselves will have some questions to ask each other, because she was left unmarked in the center of the box, Cecilia Flo, and she made them pay.
Goal number 6 on the year for Cecilia Flo. Goal number 2 against Fort Lauderdale United. Obviously had the equaliser last time out from the penalty spot. Now draws her team level here at Beyond Bankard Field.
Any deja vu? 1-1 first game, 2-2 second game, 1-1 here.
Can they do it again? Flo gets there ahead of the goalkeeper. Cosette Moshe a little slow off her line again, and a free kick is rewarded to Tampa Bay, who now have a lot of momentum and wind in their sails.
It's a good free kick to give away. Firstly, Moshe, I thought she'd sold herself here, but she just gets a block on that, and then when it comes out, as Gimona's about to take a shot and try and beat the goalkeepers out of place, she just gets held back or pushed, and that's why the free kick was given.
Fort Lauderdale United looking a little shell-shocked after conceding that goal. They'll be forced to defend more here from the set piece.
And again, as with the goal, it was just a ball knocked through the middle, and central defenders, Ansbro and Vaca, just not able to deal with what should be a straightforward pass.
Ansbro is playing in just her 4th match alongside Vaca. You have to wonder if perhaps the chemistry might be playing a role in the lack of communication as well. But first, the focus is on the set piece. Referee will count back the wall. The magic spray is out. Gimona will chip it over the wall. Jade Moore was the target. It's cleared away on the volley. Marcelo. Fort Lauderdale United in transition now. Rajay spins 360, loops it forwards. It's a little overhit though. Should be recovered by Page. Page does well to earn the throw.
We thought there'd be twists and turns in this match. We were hoping there would be. We haven't been disappointed. It's been a good first half of chances both ends, a goal apiece. Some very tight passes going in like this one.
The set playing with fire ahead of Hamid. In the end, she draws the foul. But Vivian Bissette's going to need to be careful taking so many touches with the on-rushing Jasmine Hamid.
I think it's an unnecessary ball to play to a centre-back who's going to be under pressure immediately. Lucky to get away with that one. Good high pressing coming from both sides. They're both taken moments in which they've made life very difficult for the opposing defence.
Zaid plays it down the line. Jordan can only knock it out of play for attacking Tampa Bay Sun throw. Get ready, Gary Bailey. You may get to see the flip throw in from Jordan Zaid. Not this time, as Zaid throws it down. Anybody that's been watching Tampa Bay Sun is well aware of the acrobatics that Jordan Zaid possesses, as Flint tried to put it into an area. It's headed back down by Moore. And an awkward clearance away by Laurel. Ansbro is out for a corner kick. And this corner kick is presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing.
Okay, just all of a sudden in that centre-back position with Ansbro in particular, a little bit of unsteadiness. You just need to get to grips with the situation. To be fair, they're up against Tash Flint and Cecilia Flo and College Gimona, so it's 3 very, very difficult customers to deal with.
Page stands over the corner. Was taken in under the crossbar, but not before the whistle of Adere Monroy blew. Roy with a stern word for Tash Flint.
Andy McCain just trying to block her from getting in front of the goalkeeper, Cosette Morchet, which is what Flint's trying to do, is push McCain onto her own goalkeeper.
Page will get a second opportunity now. Page towards the front post, headed clear out for another corner that's brought to you by All Year Cooling and Plumbing.
Substitutes very relaxed there for Fort Lauderdale United in the background.
As the free kick is blown. As we hit the 39th minute, 1-1 is the score. It was Fort Lauderdale United with the goal from Jasmine Hamid in the 8th minute, and that was brought to you by Baptist Health. The equaliser came in from Cecilia Flo. Dink ball forwards. Looking for movement, ending up playing it back in goal to Orcus. Jordan got there ahead of Zaid as the throw-in is taken quick. Jordan, back to Rajay. Toe poked forward in to Flo. Through ball, Jamona, is she onside? Doesn't matter, Morchet gets there ahead of her. Bockham. Approach the final 5 minutes of the first half. Both teams would love to go in with some last-minute drama on their behalf, as Barkham is pressing high and she's able to force the error out of Brooke Hendricks and earn a corner kick, and the corner kick will be presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing.
Good pressure there, brought about by Jorian Bockham. They have managed to put that Tampa Bay Sun defense under all sorts of pressure here in this first half, and a really decent effort by the strikers in terms of their defensive duties.
Corner is driven in. Played out to Jordan and volleyed away. Vaka, Tongan international, controls. And across to Lindor. Ansborough. McCain trying to turn through two players, goes with a slide tackle. She's on a yellow card. McCain needs to be smart. A double team slide tackle between Hamid and McCain eventually results in Fort Lauderdale regaining possession. Rajay, bouncing ball as Gordon on the half volley, ambitious over the crossbar.
It's a really good chance there. I thought she might be offside initially, Shania Gordon, because everyone seemed to be way behind her. Have a look here. She's yards ahead of the two central defenders, but that shot totally off target. She's had more shots alongside Carly Jamona. The two of them have had more shots than anybody else in the USL, 30. So you'd have expected a little bit more from her in that. She's such a good striker, Shania Gordon.
Zaid. Physical tackle came in. No foul given. Fans, Fort Lauderdale United FC will be back in action at home on March 22nd versus Spokane Zephyr FC at 7:30 p.m. Get your tickets at ftlutd.com. Flint. Little stutter step by Jade Moore to give herself some space. Cello. Bistro into Nacello. Nacello dinks it forwards. It's headed away by Vaca. Trying to save the corner was Lindor, but it falls to Tampa Bay. And in the end, the shot leaves a lot to be desired by Cecile Flo.
She's been absolutely crucial. Cecile Flo getting that equalizer. And that'll mean they can go into halftime, assuming nothing else happens, go into the halftime and just feel a lot more confident, Tampa Bay Sun. And just wonder if Fort Lauderdale United have somehow got that centre-back pairing sorted. A couple of moments there, about 5-10 minutes ago, when they looked very, very nervous and ill at ease, but hopefully from a Fort Lauderdale United perspective, they've managed to close those gaps and sort out the problems.
Listro. Nice pass over to Jordan Zaid. Zaid, aggressive run forward. Zaid, first time cross. It's headed away with Vaca's head. Another corner presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing.
Vaca doing well there because both her and Ansbro both went for the same ball. Again, a little bit of still getting used to each other and maybe a lack of communication there, but good header by the Tonga international.
Page, 27-year-old former Benfica player, will be tasked with the in-swinger. Page sends this one into the edge of the six. It's headed away at the front post. There'll be 2 minutes of additional time, and Jasmine Hamid is looking to make the most of all of them. Hamid looks up, goes for goal, gets underneath it. Not quite the highlight reel we've come to expect from Jasmine Hamid.
She seemed to be getting away from them and then just slowed down towards the edge of the box. Just here, slows down and decides to have a shot. Just wonder if she could have taken it a few more yards, and she had support coming up on her right-hand side as well. In the end, shot not on target. I think it was a tired shot. I think her legs were just giving out towards the end of that long run.
There's a minute or so more to keep on running until the halftime break. Nacello rounds the defense of Smith. Nacello puts it across, headed away by Ansbro as McCain flicks it further forwards. Referee pulls back the play for a free kick in favor of the home side. Cosette Moshe stands over this one as the seconds keep on ticking away. Moshe sends it forwards. McCain the closest to challenge. Cleared away. Flicked further on by Nacello. Flint. Listro. McCain. Ball down the channel for a chasing Shania Gordon. Gordon, great work to beat one. Can she earn a set piece? She's able to earn a corner, and the corner is presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing.
Every time for me, Shania Gordon's got that ball out wide, she's looked dangerous. Obviously, you know, the assist for the goal, fantastic cross, but she's got pace, she can run. They just haven't got enough ball out there. And they've got two great speedsters, one on each side.
Corner was sent in, only as far as Lindell. Will be served back in, headed away. Expunged of the 2 minutes. And that will be the final kick of the first half. The trends continue in the Florida Derby. A 1-1 scoreline at half-time. It was a great start to the game by the home side. An 8th-minute goal by Jasmine Hamid. The Tampa Bay Sun getting their equalizer from Cecile Flo in the 32nd, alongside Gary Bailey, Jessica Charman, and Gary. First half, pretty much what you might have expected if you've watched the first 2 matches in this series.
Yeah, very close, very even. I've enjoyed it. There's been moments at both ends of the pitch. Both goalkeepers have been called into play. Ansbro there just under a little bit of pressure in the centre-back position for a spell there in that first half, which they're probably going to try and sort out at half-time. But it's finely balanced, as it has been every time these two teams have met.
As we mentioned, the first 2 games of the Derby resulted in draws. First a 1-1 draw and then a 2-2 draw. We're now going to be joined by the goal scorer for Fort Lauderdale United in the 8th minute, Jasmine Hamid. Jasmine, congratulations on your goal. You're on goal scoring form. Talk us what you saw in that moment with the delivery coming in.
I mean, Shania killed it down the wing and she crossed it in, and I just knew that I needed to get and hustle into the box, and that's how it happened, but it was a great cross.
Jasmine, how does it feel now? 4 goals in 4 games. You're on fire.
Yeah, it feels really good. I'm just trying to work hard every game and keep getting goals and keep getting results. And I just thank God that it's been going great.
Well, Jasmine, thank you so much for your time. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you so much.
Well, Jasmine Hamid is continuing to make a name for herself in the USL Super League. 4 goals in her last 4 games. She put them ahead, but it was Tampa Bay Sun clawing it back. So much more to come as we get in to the halftime break. Stick with us on Kickoff.
New flavors. The same traditions. Be the guest of honor. Add more flavor to your parties. El Jimador. Spiked bebidas.
Corbin and defending. Ramirez is in behind the keeper and scores! And tucks it into the top right-hand corner. Whoa! Say, man, by
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
With over 2 decades of experience in the payment industry, Beyond Bankcard is more than just a payment processor. We are a partner dedicated to your success. Our mission is simple: to provide innovative, flexible payment processing solutions tailored to meet your needs.
We partner up with various companies, restaurants, retail, smoke shops, convenience store, you name it, we have the POS system for it.
Whether it's tools we provide or the relationships we nurture, Beyond Bankcard is here to power your payment solutions.
What does it mean to feel welcome? To not only be cared for, but to be cared about, to trust. At Baptist Health, this is the warmer side of care. So welcome to being treated with a human touch, where your best interest is our best interest. Here, we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts close to home. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Nobody wants a new roof, but when a storm hits, it's about protecting what matters most. With over 30 years of experience and 3 generations of roofing professionals, Florida Coast Contracting and Roofing is the name families trust to safeguard their homes. No matter the size, scope, or style of the project, Florida Coast Contracting and Roofing brings unmatched expertise, precision, and care to every single roof we touch. Our family, here for your family, every step of the way.
Welcome back to Beyond Bankard Field. Tonight's halftime is presented by iHeartRadio. The Florida Derby is locked in a 1-1 draw. Let's take a look at the scores and schedule from around the league, and it's brought to you by Delta Airlines. That game, Spokane Zephyr versus Carolina Ascent. That should be a good one coming up after us. And tomorrow, Gary, a battle of the 2 sides at the bottom of the league in DC Power FC and Lexington SC.
Yeah, both those teams desperate to climb up that table and get away from those bottom positions. Dallas Trinity against high-flying Brooklyn. And they've been playing so well, Brooklyn. They really are a good side. Sitting top of the table, it's going to take some team to bring them down. Fort Lauderdale were hoping to be that team, but they'll need 3 points today if they're going to start doing that.
Last time Dallas Trinity faced Brooklyn FC, it was a 1-0 victory in the full finale for Brooklyn FC. 4-4 for Jasmine Hamid. She continues to be absolutely fantastic in front of net. We'll get to look at her in the second half. You mentioned Lexington and their struggling form, but a 0-0 draw against Brooklyn, maybe things are looking up. And as we mentioned, Fort Lauderdale United have won 4 of its last 5 matches, on the way for a point, but not enough for Tyrone Mears right now, Gary.
I don't think he's ever happy. He sets very, very high standards, and quite rightly so. And for Lexington, they always say when things are going bad, sort out your defense as your first step, and that's exactly what they did against Brooklyn.
Let's take a look at USL Game Week on SiriusXM.
Marion, the team of the month of February was announced. We're breaking it all down on the show, but how would you rate this team?
I would rate it a 7 out of 10, and it might be our favorite 5-a-side that we've ever done. Anna, what was your favorite part of the show this week?
We had goalkeeper Hope Heisey on the show, and honestly, we both learned a lot about life, growth, and fingers crossed, we're getting her a book deal after this week.
Well, there's so much action to come in our iHeartRadio halftime show. It's coming up as we look to break down the 1-1 current draw between Fort Lauderdale United and Tampa Bay Sun. Stick with us here.
This realty is the official realtor for Fort Lauderdale United. For all your realty needs, reach out to Austin at Austin at thechadcarrollgroup.com. Thank you, Austin, for your support of women's soccer and for being a valued part of our community.
Beyond Bankard Field is buzzing with the Florida Derby half done. Fort Lauderdale United FC 1, Tampa Bay Sun FC 1. Let's look back at the halftime highlights, and they're presented by Blue Water Books and Charts. Gary Bailey, Fort Lauderdale United got off to a very quick start.
It's a beautiful ball played out here to Shania Gordon. When it eventually comes to her, she takes her first touch there, whips in a brilliant cross with pace, picks out Jasmine Hamid, who just manages to get away from the defender, Jordan Zaid. Got that yard. That yard made all the difference. She could just center herself, make sure she made a good contact with the ball, and gave Ashley Orcus no chance whatsoever.
And that goal separates Jasmine Hamid in the Golden Boot race. She now sits in second spot. Some action occurred a little later on, and it was an almost near instant response by Tampa Bay.
Tash Flint getting the shot there, and nice save from Cosette Morchet. Gets across and deals with the ball. Nice height for a goalkeeper. Nonetheless, a decent save. And already Tampa Bay Sun just showing the intent to get back in this match immediately.
They would get back into that match just a while later in the 32nd minute, though.
Jimona trying to do something, passes back to Paige, she knocks it in. Nobody is marking Cecile Flo. There's no blue shirt anywhere near her. I think they turned to the assistant ref and said, surely that's offside, not given. Eventually, Cosette Moshe comes out. There's quite a simple dink over the top of her, but let's just credit Cecile Flo there to be in the right place and to finish it off superbly.
I'm going to take a look at the stats now, and halftime stats are presented by Beyond Bankcard. Goals 1 apiece, shots 4 apiece. Tampa Bay Sun with a little lead on the shots on target, but pretty much close as can be between these two sides.
Absolutely not much to choose between them. If we want to add an extra stat, touches in the opposition box, 5 for Fort Lauderdale, 8 for Tampa Bay. So maybe they've been a little bit more adventurous around the box, had the visitors, but it's all set up evenly for a good second half.
And second half is just around the corner here in Fort Lauderdale. Will we be able to get a deadlock breaker? Find out next on Peacock.
Between sectors 119 and 101. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the second half of tonight's match.
Line here, and we are back underway with a big 45 minutes for both these sides. We did see our first substitute coming into the action. Tampa Bay Sun brought in Victoria Hagan in replace for Jordan Zaid. This substitute is brought to you by Omega XL Sport.
Yeah, not surprised. It was a very, very difficult situation there for Jordan Zaid. She was having to deal with Jasmine Hamid the whole first half, and that's not an easy thing to do. And you just get the sense that Victoria Haugen, the 22-year-old Norwegian, will be maybe a slightly more physical and stronger defender when dealing with Hamid.
The other part about Victoria Haugen, of course, is the fact that she's had a few more minutes with this side for Jordan Zaid. She only arrived in the break.
There's a few other nice options, though, on the bench for Denise Schulte-Brown. Erica Timrak, we know her well. Parker Goins, who lost her place in the starting lineup here tonight. And Andrea Hoeksdotter back from Icelandic international duty. So I bet we will see a couple of those at least later on in this match.
Tampa Bay Sun hoping to start the brighter of the two sides in this half of action as it finds Cecile Flo. Flo is able to earn a throw-in. It was, of course, Cecile Flo that was able to get the equalizer in this game, the Danish national team player arriving back from international break. Listro. Back to Hendricks. Big switch from the boots of Hendricks is under hit. Lindell recovers. Physical challenge came in there, and it will be pulled back as a foul. Carly Jimona penalized.
Just looking at the expected goals first half, very, very similar. 0.52. That's half a goal for Fort Lauderdale, and 0.5 exactly half a goal for Tampa Bay Sun. They both got a goal out of it, so that's credit to them in terms of attack. But you can see how evenly balanced this match is. You can see that by the score. You can see that by the true draws they've had already this season. So nothing to choose between them as yet.
McCain tried to split the defense with that pass through. It's read by Hendricks and out for a Fort Lauderdale throw. Vaca to Lindell and back to Vaca. Aveni Vaca with a weighted pass forwards. The target was Shania Gordon. She wasn't able to get there first this time. Ansbro. Jordan. Here is Hamid. Hamid, ever so humble in her half-time interview, squares the ball to Lindell. Lindell looks up. Lindell in! Crashes into the post. Oh, how close can Delaney Lindell get?
Wow, I'd like to see that again. I thought she was lining up for a cross to begin with, but it turned out to be a fantastic shot, and it looked like it was going to hit the post and go in. Unfortunately for Lindell, it bounces out, but what a great effort.
Hamid. Blocked away by Tash Flint. And Listro will control under some pressure from Bochum. Hamid. Chipped forwards to a streaming Gordon. Doesn't have the legs to get on the end of that. But Delaney Lindell, my goodness, has to be wondering just how close this one it was when it bounced down onto the line.
It's very close, and I think it is a shot. Looks, her head went up, she sized up the goal, had an effort. What a brilliant effort it was as well. So close to getting past Ashley Orcus.
It would have been a contender for USL Super League goal of the season. Page. So a flying challenge came in from Haugen. Lindell. Picked up by Bochum. Bochum. A strike falls to McCain, and McCain just got that one a little difficult.
Yeah, he's got under the ball. We saw that in the first half from Jasmine Hamid. She put one over the crossbar, so did Shania Gordon. And now it's their captain, Addie McCain, who's done the same. And I would find that frustrating if I was a coach. I'm sure Tyrone Mears does. You want to hit target first and foremost. When it goes over the crossbar, the goalkeeper is obviously not tested at all. Get it on target. You never know. Keeper might just take the eye off the ball. It might bounce on a dodgy patch in front. All the time you're skying these shots over the bar. Doesn't test either goalkeeper at all.
Listro waits this pass down the channel for Flo. Flo goes to ground. It'll be a goal kick.
Good tackle in the end. Well timed. There, just make sure won the ball and just knocked it off Cecile Flo there. Did Laurel Ainsborough. Hopefully for her, she's got herself back and organized there with Wacker in that the centre-back position, so crucial. And that's the platform on which you build your team, your goalkeeper and two centre-backs. And as we mentioned, that 10-minute spell in the first half, it just looked a little bit confused as to where they should actually be, but they managed to have sorted it out. Hopefully, from a Fort Lauderdale United point of view, they have sorted it out.
The mid-season break does make for such an interesting dynamic in USL Super League. A great window of opportunity to bring in new players, particularly with the collegiate season finishing. A lot of players opting to go pro. There's some risky business out the back by Ashley Orcus. A foul is drawn. As Orcus played with fire and almost got burned, is able to draw the free kick.
That first touch just bouncing away from her, and Bochum just leaving a little bit on the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper's not renowned for their control of the ball. It's not what they're paid to do. They're paid to save shots, so not surprising they're bounced away from Ashley Orcus. But you were mentioning players who have joined in the sort of winter break. Fort Lauderdale added 4 players. Ansbro herself, Bochum, Grosso and McKinney, backup goalkeeper. So some important work done there in the middle of the season by Fort Lauderdale United.
Chimona does enough to earn a throw. Page will take. It's Page looking for a little bit more movement ahead of her. Chloe does check, but her touch not clean enough. Every Wednesday, listen to USL Super League Game Week, a deep dive into all things Super League with hosts Marion Crowder and Anna Whitty. Follow along all season on the Sirius XM app.
And they're great to listen to, both of them. They're funny as well. It's a really enjoyable chat they have, so recommend that folk who love the Super League listen to both Marion and Anna.
Chip ball in. Coming to claim is Morshey. Hamid being hassled from behind, does draw the foul. Foul is penalised of Sydney Nasello. Vaca. At pastimes, Smith and Hamid with a beautiful back heel into Jordan. Jordan driving down the channel. Does enough to earn the corner kick. And this corner kick is presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing.
I'm looking for quality here. We mentioned a few times in the first half, set pieces being knocked way over everybody's head. Let's see how this gets whipped in. Hopefully with pace, and hopefully right somewhere in the middle of that box, so the forwards and the big defenders have a chance of getting on the end of this.
Good in-swinger coming. There's something from the training ground, perhaps, as Smith drives it to Jordan. Jordan loops it forwards, it's headed clear. Vaca will call everybody off it. Her driven cross-come shot deflects away and earns a throw. Referee noticed something behind the ball there as Vaca was fouled.
Just a bit of a late nudge on Vaca there as she was playing the ball.
Roy Monroy has been Johnny on the spot. It's not easy refereeing a game that gets a little heated, and she's controlled the tempo well.
Well, derbies tend to get more heated as the game goes on, so I don't think we've seen the last of the bumps and bruises and free kicks, but only one yellow card so far, Addie McCain. So it's been managed in a very sort of, I wouldn't say friendly way, but a responsible way. Only one unnecessary yellow card by Addie McCain.
Vaca. Gordon. And out for the goal kick. 11 minutes into this second half of play, Gary Bailey, and so far still stalemate.
It is. Fort Lauderdale have come out really well in the second half, and slowly Tampa Bay just working their way into this game. But yeah, it could go either way. Moment of magic from either side.
Page. Moore. Bissett plays it forward, and Nasello receives. Nasello, will stop and go. Nasello's pass finds its way through. Flint will get on the end of it. Natasha Flint puts in the cross. Referee's whistle blows again. Adere Monroy stopping the play.
It's a good ball in from Flint. She's whipped it, very similar to that first half assist from Shania Gordon for Fort Lauderdale United. This one from Tash Flint out wide. You can see it comes in with pace, but good defending. And I think that possibly the free kick given for the nudge in the back there. But excellent defending by Fort Lauderdale United.
Handball is called as that one bobbled up awkwardly on Shania Gordon. Not much she could do about it, but letter of the law, a handball is called. Tampa Bay Sun will task Jade Moore with delivering this one in. Set pieces, a golden opportunity for Tampa Bay Sun. Took 2 penalties in the last time these two sides faced each other, so a good resource from the dead ball. Moore. more. Clips this one towards the edge of the 18, headed clear by Hamid. Loop back forwards. Flo. Doesn't connect cleanly enough to really test Cosette Moshe. To approach the hour mark, you have to wonder if Tyrone Mears and Denise Schulte-Brown will look to bolster this game and maybe reignite a fire with some changes from the bench.
Well, that's certainly going to happen, no doubt about that. It's just that for Fort Lauderdale United, you know, not a lot of options on the bench that can win you games necessarily.
Great move by Hamid to find a pocket of space. He's knocked back towards Smith. Taylor Smith, the 17-year-old. All the way back to recover there is Cecile Flo, and it's an important touch away, leading to yet another corner kick presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. It's taken fast as Rajay back to Smith. Rajay. Splitting pass by Linda Lynn to Smith and volleyed away by the goal scorer Flo. All 11 back for Tampa Bay Sun as Vaca splits a nicely weighted pass in to Hamid, who is clipped for a free kick. Tash Flint receives a stern talking to.
I think, as we said in the beginning of this game, Hamid was always going to be targeted. They know how dangerous she is, and they certainly don't want her cutting in on that left-hand side, because, as mentioned, the last 3 games she's cut in twice and stuck the ball in the top corner. So Flint picking up the foul there, taking one for the team.
Daria Rajay placing the ball. Been tasked with the majority of dead ball scenarios for Tyrone Mears' side today. Plenty of time to think about what she's going to do with this. As Rajay. Rajay serves it in towards the edge of the 6. Clean goalkeeping by Ashley Orcus. Well done by the 26-year-old keeper.
It is good goalkeeping. Once again, a set piece that's way too close to all trouble.
Flint gives it away to Bochum. Bochum cuts it back. Half hit by Gordon, and it's sliced away. Bochum. Flag raised against Jorian Bochum, but Gary, we've seen it a couple of times. Tampa Bay Sun trying to play out the back a bit too much, perhaps for their fans' nerves.
And I think it's been good forward play by Fort Lauderdale United to high press them and to force these dangerous situations to get turnover ball. I mentioned it once or twice in the first half as well.
Does look like Denise Schulte-Brown is getting ready to make 2 adjustments to try and bring the energy needed to get back in to a winning position for the first time in this game.
Time being taken over this throw-in.
Adere Monroy just heading over to chat with the throw taker. Seems to be some frustrations with the positioning, perhaps, of Jasmine Hamid on the throw. The referee, Ms. Monroy. Hearing from both sides right now, and don't have to be a lip reader to understand what was being said by there. Dare we call it a rivalry, Gary Bailey?
Yeah, well, as we said, as this match, as it goes on, the tensions and the emotions will ramp up.
Here's Flo. Driving forwards, Cecile Flo. Individual footwork as Flo tries to round the defense. She does earn a throw-in, and play will be halted for a double substitution. It'll be Parker Goins and Andrea Hawksdottir entering the field. Jade Moore and Cecile Flo will be exiting, and perhaps a little surprised, Gary Bailey, to see Cecile Flo exiting, but she did have international duty and a lot of travel during the last couple of weeks.
I think that's very much the case, having flown back from, I assume, Denmark, where she was playing for the under-23s, U23s. It's a lot of travel, a lot of time difference, and maybe the coach felt all along that she wasn't going to be able to see out the full 90 minutes.
Parker Goins, a player that Denise Schulte-Brown spoke about very highly, and explained that maybe not quite ready for 90 minutes because of the substitute role she played during her time with Racing Louisville. She'll have another opportunity to show what she can do off of the bench in her 4th game of Super League action.
And substitution for Tampa, out number 13.
Sub get their first touch on the ball. It was Hawksdottir coming in with some energy, although it'd be just a goal kick.
And on that point about Parker Goins, as Denise Schulte-Brown was telling us, that Parker had spent most of her time at Racing Louisville coming off the bench, hadn't played a lot of full 90 minutes in her time there, and she felt that she wasn't quite ready to keep, to start from the beginning. I think she did start one of the matches, which is obviously just blending her into the team, new to playing 90 minutes, and quite sensibly just making sure that it's a sensible sort of settling in to the Tampa Bay Sun team.
Lindell will take this Fort Lauderdale United throw-in. Morshea launches it forwards. The ball is controlled by Rajay. Her pass, though, finds a Tampa Bay Sun jersey. A little scrappy as Taylor Smith can't find a connecting pass. Taylor Smith, an academy player, such an interesting story, just 17 years old, attends the NSU University School whilst playing pro soccer on the weekends. Not a bad gig.
She has been a consistent feature, which at 17 years of age is quite impressive.
Ball in, over the head of Jamona, will be controlled at the back post. Page trying to get round the defender here. Puts in a cross front post. Morshea with some quick feet across to grab that one.
I think they're saying the ball went out of play, so it could be a goal kick. But that was a nice cross into the box. I thought they had a real little half chance there, Tampa Bay Sun. So got on the end of that with a header. There's the high press coming from Tampa Bay. 3 yellow jerseys right on the edge of the box.
Morshea opted to send it long to avoid that pressure that you mentioned, as it's half volleyed up the pitch by Tampa Bay Sun.
Now that Tampa Bay have made 3 changes, I just wonder how long it'll be before Tyrone Mears looks to his bench. He's got Felicia Knox, bring her in midfield. Nia Christopher, we haven't seen her play at all in the spring season. She's on the bench. Celia Gaynor, Thelma Hermansdottir, Tati Fung, and Cameron Brooks. So I wonder which of those he's likely to bring on.
And I think it's important there to mention the absence of Kiara Locklear, obviously an excused absence, but used to seeing her starting and Bockham off the bench. You don't have the same firepower necessarily in that attack with that loss in squad depth. Locklear, of course, with 3 goals and 3 assists, as things getting extremely heated here. Bockham and Bissett, a couple of pushes and shove is going on right now, and this is a big moment for Adelaide Monroy right now to calm the tension here.
I guess this is a derby, and it's living up to expectations. Not that we want to see fighting on the pitch, but you can see the emotions really spilling over there. Bockham still having a chat with Bissett.
Have another look at what transpired. Seems more a lot of chatting than actual arms thrown, which is a good sign.
Yeah. There's been no, you were saying no red cards at all in Super League so far. And I think there's a yellow card going up there, just on the edge of the screen. I might be wrong there, but it certainly has been a league that's been played in a very good spirit.
And nobody wants that honor or reverse honor of the first red card in USL Super League history.
A yellow card has been issued to Tampa's number 4, Vivian Bissett.
Vivian Bissett was shown that yellow card for her involvement. See if there's any more cards up Adore Monroy's sleeve. Doesn't appear so.
It's actually Tampa Bay who have the most fouls conceded in the entire league, 213. And the most yellow cards coming into this match, 32. So they are used to getting physical with opponents.
Leveni Varka. And it's played out of play. Stay up to date with the USL Super League. Sign up for the Super League newsletter. Get news about your favorite team and stories from around the league delivered directly to your inbox weekly. Sign up at uslsuperleague.com/newsletter. Bochum sandwiched by 2 and earns the free kick. Jorian Bochum seems to be thriving in the heated environment.
Well, as we said at the very beginning, she knows this is a rare opportunity with Locklear not being available. When you think of the loss of Locklear, she had an assist and a goal in the last match for Fort Lauderdale United when they beat Carolina Ascent 2-1. So it's such a crucial player to lose, and Bochum knows she has to be really impressive here if she's going to get a regular starting spot in Tyrone Mears' side.
Free kick will pursue. Ria Rajay has put in a couple of less than desirable services from dead balls. We'll see if she can improve now on this one. Rajay towards the penalty spot, headed clear by Tampa Bay Sun. Varka had to come through that one and ended up being a service towards Hamid, but she's offside.
You can hear more shouting from the crowd as well. I think they're also getting into the sort of derby spirit here today.
Denise Schulte-Brown told us she was enjoying the banter on social media. Highly recommend following both these clubs on Instagram for some of the laughs, and I'm sure there may be some following this game as well. The bragging rights of the Sunshine State on the line still. We are hearing that Jorian Bochum did receive a yellow card for her involvement in the earlier tift. So that's Bochum McCain for Fort Lauderdale on yellows and Vivian Bissett on a yellow for Tampa Bay Sun. Flint. Another wayward pass from the Sun. Jordan threw that one down the line and earns a step more territory. If you're wondering if there's enough time for drama, be assured there is. This game in the first 2 meetings has always led to last-minute drama, so don't be going anywhere. Stick with us here on Peacock.
Literally last minute, 95th minute was Cecile Flo, was her penalty equalizer for the 2-2 draw when they last met. So yeah, and in added time as well in the first match.
Goins will try and charge down the long ball forwards. Headed back where it came from. It's Goins again, putting her body there. Shania Gordon finds McCain. McCain, pocket is picked by Parker Goins. Flint Has some green grass ahead of her. Flint with runners ahead. Picks her head up. Flint. Big switch. Has played first time. And laid back to Listro. Listro switches it to the back post. Over hits it. Tash Flint. The target won't be able to reach it.
Listro is such a good player there. As you mentioned earlier, Canadian international. Expect a little bit better from her, and I'm sure Denise Schulte-Brown likewise would have expected that pass to have been a little bit more accurate. But on the, just talking the team up though, it's very easy to talk about free kicks not being on target or the odd pass going astray. But both these teams got a real mention in the USL Super League team for February. Eddie McCain and Laurel Ansbro for Fort Lauderdale, and Tampa Bay's Carly Gimona, along with, on the bench, Brooks Hendricks and Sydney Nasello. So a lot of mentions for both these teams in the February Team of the Month.
Make sure you're following USL Super League on social media for all of those announcements. Getting to see plenty of great content about all the teams in this inaugural season. Vaka, Tonga's first ever international women's soccer player. Quite an honour for Laveni Vaka, now has 3 appearances for the Tongan national side. It's Jordan, couldn't quite connect with McCain. Flint into her back line, but she's highly under pressure as the game continues to get increasingly scrappy as perhaps fatigue steps in. Ansbro. Jordan. Wayward pass. Turned over to Tampa Bay. Great switch. Finds Sydney Nasello. Nasello driving forwards now. Nasello directing traffic, asking for movement ahead of her. She'll drop the ball back into Listro. Nasello gets it back. Trying to thread it down the channel. Shielded, well done by Delaney Lindell.
As we come towards the sort of final 15 or so minutes of this match, start to wonder whether the extra week off that Tampa Bay Sun have had is going to be helpful. They last played a fortnight ago. They did have a game against Gotham in between that, which is very interesting. USL Super League up against NWSL. They said they really enjoyed that, and they found the facilities at Gotham excellent, top class, and gave them some idea of what they would like to build at their club. But just wonder, without it being a competitive match, maybe there's a little bit more juice in the tank for the Tampa Bay Sun players.
Wayward pass, almost picked by Bochum, didn't quite have the sprint to get onto it. As Sydney Nasello started getting more touches on the ball in this second half. She draws the foul. Lindell called for it. It's Nasello, the former University of South Florida player, earning this free kick here.
Very clear shove in the back.
Ball sent forwards over everybody. And be claimed by Cosette Morchet. Has felt like a theme, perhaps, Gary, of today's game, the less than brilliant service from set pieces.
It has. I certainly feel that you've got to use your set pieces better. You've got to give your strikers and defenders a chance to get on the end of crosses, which means they've got to be accurate and have pace. We haven't seen enough of that in this match, I would agree with you.
McCain threads it up to Bochum. Bochum's touch ends up being a very good tackle out the back by Tampa Bay.
It's a good chance for Bochum. I just wonder if she could have hit it early or earlier. Have a look, it's played in. Now there, do you have a swipe at it? Do you try and hit it with your left foot? She waited a bit too long, allowed the tackle to come in.
There's a Victoria Haugen challenge that leads to this corner presented by All Year Cooling and Plumbers. Corner is swung in towards the penalty spot. It is headed by Bochum, only as far as McCain tried to innovatively chip it into the danger zone, wasn't able to do so.
Got to mention Victoria Haugen, I think, has made a big difference to Tampa Bay Sun in defense. Jordan Zaid struggled in that first half, and Victoria Haugen has been really impressive. Oh!
Give away to Hamid, and a free kick is called.
I think there's a handball somewhere there, but again, this high pressure from Fort Lauderdale United has caused Tampa Bay Sun all sorts of problems at the back here. Ball from Brooke Hendricks, very lucky to get away without being punished.
It's interesting because Tampa Bay have had a number of warning signs. They continue to want to possess through the pressure. It's a risk-reward system, and we've seen a lot of the risk this afternoon.
Yeah, I don't mind it to a point, but I don't see anything wrong occasionally with a long ball up front, especially when you've got someone like Tash Flint there, who's physically very strong and can bring the ball under control. If they've got too many blue shirts in front of you, just go over the top of them and try and pick up the second ball. And they really have taken a lot of risks here today, have Tampa Bay Sun.
Here's Bockham again. Plays it to Hamid, gets a little stuck under her boots, and she's unable to distribute it. We did get word that Andrea Hawksdottir also received a yellow card, so Tampa Bay adding another yellow card to their league-leading tally of yellow cards. So we get a look at Jasmine Hamid. Her goal in the 8th minute gave Fort Lauderdale United the lead. It was pulled back, of course, by a Cecile Fleur equalizer. Foot race as Bockham trying to put under pressure Hendricks, who starts it back with Orcus. Bissett. Cleaner possession now by the home side as goalkeeper Cosette Moshe gets involved as well.
I think with this draw for Tampa Bay Sun, having drawn the last 3, it's not a bad result away at Fort Lauderdale United, given that they're second in the table. But when you've already drawn 3 and 4th draw, you're not going to move up the table very quickly if you keep drawing matches. So I'm sure for Denise Schulte-Brown, she's wanting the team to go and get the winner without allowing too many gaps at the back. It's this fine balance and difficult as a coach. Do you say, let's push forward a couple of extra players and then leave gaps at the back?
Tricky feet from Hamid, and then rips a cross-come shot in at the front post. Ashley Orcus safe hands at that near post.
I'm just thinking here for Ashley Orcus, get everybody up and knock it long, but they're going to try and play out again. Let's see how that works for them.
It's given away. Rajay, though, unable to control it in front of Nasello. Nasello waits that pass in to Tash Flint. Tash Flint, change of pace. Flint went for goal, blocked in front of her by Jordan. Jamona has scored in both Florida derbies, hasn't yet done so today. Jamona just sails that one out of play for a goal kick, which will allow the pause for a substitution brought to you by Omega XL Sport. It is Carly Jamona coming out of play. She won't get her 3rd goal in 3 derbies. Instead, she will be replaced by Ava Tankersley.
Ava Tankersley, to the best of my knowledge, is a defender, so I wonder if this is a case of taking the draw, just shutting up shop, bringing some fresh defending legs onto the pitch.
It is just Tankersley's 2nd game play. There will also be a Fort Lauderdale substitution brought to you by Omega XL Sport. And it's a whole host of substitutions coming into play for Fort Lauderdale. Felicia Knox Thelma Hermansdottir and Tati Fung all joining in to the game. That'll be Rajay, Bockham and Smith out of the game. So Tyrone Mears finally going to his bench for an Omega XL Sports substitution and picks 3 to enter into the field of play. See how this Fort Lauderdale United side is able to adjust with 3 new faces into the lineup. Listro. Chip ball forwards. Flint was the target. And the foul is called back. Tyrone Mears not happy with that. Felt like he may have had an advantage with his side on the ball and streaming forwards.
Took a long time to make those changes, Tyrone Mears, into the 80th minute, but I think he's brought on players with 3 at the same time, all with fresh legs. It does give your team a real big boost.
Long searching ball forward. Hamid. Oh, just can't get the angle on her strike. You see the frustration out of Jasmine Hamid. She wants better than that for herself.
Four goals in 4 games, I guess one can't be too critical. But given how much talent she has, you would say at least try and hit target there, force the keeper Ashley Orcus into a save of some sort.
Again, just a reminder of how late the action happened with a goal in the last game. These 2 times faced each other on February 8th. 90+5 Tampa Bay penalty equalizer. So stick with us all the way through the stoppage time and expect a fairly hefty number of stoppage time due to the various stoppages of play that we've had and all of the substitutions as well. Lindell takes the throw in quick. An innovative flick by Hermansdottir. Just cleared away and out of play by Tampa Bay Sun. Lindell.
Just thinking back to Lindell's shot that hit the post earlier.
Lindell steals 10 yards and won't get away with that one.
So she nearly got away with a potential winning goal. What a strike that was earlier in the second half.
Lindell rattled the woodwork but didn't drop across the net as we get a look at Adere Monroy, who again, credit where credit's due. The referee has handled this one very well today. Foot race, but Jordan Listro wins. She sends the ball forward. Flint flicks it on. Goins will chase. A dangled leg by Ansborough knocks it away from trouble. So the ball just went out of play ahead of Shania Gordon's touch. Fans, Fort Lauderdale United FC will be back in action at home on March 22nd versus Spokane Zephyr FC at 7:30 p.m. Get your tickets at ftlutd.com. Jordan will try and loop the throw in forward. Played all the way back to Morshea. Lindell. A pass straight into Nasello. Nasello winding through traffic. Back to Listro. Flint.
Flint was just seeing the potential run there behind the back four, just put the ball through, as she did for Jade Moore when Jade scored against Brooklyn in the last match. A similar situation where Tash Flint got the ball, thread a beautiful pass through into the box, and in that case Jade Moore managed to get on the end of it. This time it didn't quite happen, but I think for a moment there Tampa Bay Sun getting a little belief that they can go on and win this game now.
Vaca trying to put it into an area for Thelma Hermansdottir to chase. Knox. Knocked off the ball by fellow substitute Parker Goins.
Well, one player we must mention before this match is over is Kaylin Marquis, the goalkeeper who on her debut on February the 8th had an ACL tear 10 minutes into the game. How heartbreaking is that for any player, and we wish her speedy recovery. I know the players and the coach were telling us at Tampa Bay Sun how they're all trying to support her, but 10 minutes into debut and an ACL tear, how tough is that?
And the toughest part of that story is it's the second time that Marquis has had to recover from an ACL tear, but our well wishes go to her. Hermansdottir. Pressing that ball. As we heard, just 2 minutes of stoppage time as an ambitious effort came forward off of the boots of Tash Flint. A little surprise, just 2 minutes after we've seen a whole host of substitutions and, of course, the stoppage in play with the disagreement that occurred between these two sides. But last-minute magic is something that is not foreign to these sides. Hermansdottir forcing the touch off of the defense of Haugen. Fort Lauderdale United have a corner kick. It's brought to you by All Year Cooling and Plumbing. And who would count out some last-minute drama in the Florida Derby?
Given the history, I certainly wouldn't, but the last two have been draws, so who's to say that this won't go on to be a draw?
Felicia Knox will have the opportunity to serve this ball in. It's Knox towards the penalty spot, cleared away. Maintained by Jordan. Jordan hangs it up. Good looking ball, very good goalkeeping by Ashley Orcus. Bowls it out right away, looking for the counter. It's Hawksdottir under some pressure. And it's out for a Fort Lauderdale throw in. Last ditch saloon for the tiebreaker to be broken. It will not be. The parity continues in the Sunshine State. 3 rounds of the Florida Derby and still 3 draws. Gary Bailey, they're just too good at drawing.
Well, it's two very good teams. They both played well tonight. I thought after Jasmine Hamid gave Fort Lauderdale United the lead that Morshea and company would have gone on to have won this game, but give Tampa Bay Sun credit. They fought back, got a goal from Flo there that just leveled things up, and then there were chances both sides. Probably the post that Lindell hit second half, Fort Lauderdale United might say they're a little bit unlucky, but I thought an even game, two teams playing well, and a good point for Tampa Bay Sun on the road.
Well, we've got 2 goalkeepers on the broadcast, so let's enjoy tonight's Save of the Game, and it's presented by Omega XL Sports.
This is Tash Flint, just cuts inside on her left foot here and forces a decent save out of Cosette Morshea there. She had to go to her left. Nice height for a keeper, but you've still got to be strong, push her away from the danger area, which she does. So a nice save there from the home keeper.
It was a An important save. And now we're going to look at tonight's performer of the game, brought to you by Baptist Health. It has to be Jasmine Hamid, who continues her goal-scoring streak. 4 in 4, and the reigning two-time USL Super League Player of the Month continues to show why.
Fantastic goal she got, losing her marker, getting on the end of a wonderful cross coming in from Shania Gordon. And that's that ability to get goals game after game after game. That is so rare and so special. Tyrone Mears did say that he wants more from her over the period of the game, and I did feel that she didn't really impact the game enough in the second half, but nonetheless take nothing away from the goal. And what a wonderful player Jasmine Hamid is.
Well, it's been a fantastic 90 minutes, but the Florida Derby is still deadlocked with Fort Lauderdale 1, Tampa Bay Sun. More post-game coming up. Stick with us here on Peacock. Welcome back to Beyond Bankard Field. 1-1 the final score in the Florida Derby. We're now joined by Tampa Bay Sun captain Jordan Listro. Jordan, thank you for joining us. A hard-earned point, but what are the emotions after that 90 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really chippy game. Neither team could get strings of possession, so it was a tough battle, but, you know, ended in a tie, and we'll take it.
Jordan, what about this now? 4 draws in 4. That's on the good side, you're unbeaten, but on the other side, not picking up enough points?
Yeah, we're never happy with a tie. We want 3 points every time we play, obviously. But we're working on things, you know, and we're getting better. We just need to put the ball in the back of the net.
Jordan, it's International Women's Day. You wear the captain's armband. How proud are you to represent and be a role model to women across America?
Yeah, it's an honor. I mean, I love the city of Tampa, and to be able to play soccer, that's been my lifelong dream, professional soccer. So I hope I'm inspiring those young girls.
You definitely are. Jordan Listro, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
That was Jordan Listro, a key performer in this game. Let's take a look at the highlights presented by Blue Water Books and Charts. Gary, 8 minutes in, and who else but Jasmine Hamid?
Yeah, thanks to a wonderful cross from Shania Gordon, who whips it in with pace, accuracy. Jasmine Hamid loses her marker and then gets her in the end of it. Side foot gives Ashley Orcus no chance whatsoever. Really is a good finish, and unfortunately for young Jordan Zaid, who lost her there in the marking, she came off at half-time. It's very difficult to keep up with the pace of Jasmine Hamid.
Well, it felt like this game was always going to be destined for an equaliser, and that equaliser came in the 32nd minute, courtesy of Cecile Fleuve.
Page here with the ball in, and Cecile Fleuve unmarked. They're looking around the defence of Fort Lauderdale United saying offside, but not given, and Cecile Fleuve brings it down with her chest really well, just knocks it over the top of Cosette Morchet to get the equalising goal.
We talk about playing to the whistle. Fort Lauderdale United will probably be talking about that in the locker room. Tonight's full-time stats are presented by Beyond Bankcard, and Fort Lauderdale United able to push the shots, but the biggest issue for Tyrone Mears' side is that one shot on target, just the goal.
Yeah, not enough from that's a team that's the top goal scorer in the entire league, and they really battle to get anything on target. Expected goals over the entire match is 0.72 for the home side, 0.53 for Tampa Bay Sun, who had more shots on target, maybe not of the same quality. You do go back to Lindell hitting the post second half and saying that was very close for Fort Lauderdale, but in the end, I think, you know, as Listro was saying, it was a chippy match. They were at each other. They didn't give each other much space, and in the end, it's a tough draw once again in the Florida Derby.
It's all square, as it seems it always is in the Sunshine State when these two teams get together. A thrilling 1-1 result between Fort Lauderdale United and the Tampa Bay Sun. It was full of heat, it was full of drama, but yet the parity continues. For my broadcast partner, Gary Bailey, I've been Jessica Charman, and our entire crew, thank you so much for joining us for USL Super League on Peacock. Keep supporting the league. We'll be back soon.